it shows that the Nile Valley Africans went all over the world taking this damn knowledge.
They were an African group who had left Egypt, Sudan, and Ethiopia, the Nile Valley. They went there with Thutmose III, and before Thutmose III, with other conquering people, and then they took on the name, by the way, Elamite. E-L-A-M, Elam was what was Ur, Chaldea, became Ur-Elam. In other words, as the Africans conquered that land, on their way all the way to India as conquerors, they changed the name of the land of Chaldea to the name of Elam, E-L-A-M.
This BBC documentary tells us about the great dwarf deities of Egypt, Bes and Ptah. Here is two deities, the two earliest deities of Egypt, Ptah and Bes.
It's showtime! Hurry, hurry, step right up! Introducing the star of our show! His name is
Elamite.
And I can show you where this representation of Bes went all over the world. All over the world. Went into the islands of Asia, went to India, went to Sumeria, and you see Bes also there. So the two oldest deities of the Nile Valley, Bes and Ptah, are the Twa and the Hutu, which come up out of Central East Africa. This shit has been taken all over the world by the Twa.
The cradle of African civilization by the way of Ethiopia was Central Africa. Ethiopia was Central Africa. Relying on classical authors, Hansberry began in his lectures to outline the antiquity of the classical world intimacy with Ethiopia. His basic argument was that there was clearly contact and interaction between Ethiopians and the people of the Eastern Mediterranean basin hundreds of years prior to the first notations and the earliest use of the term Ethiopian by Homer in the 9th century BC. Clearly an important part of the populations of Arabia, Mesopotamia, Persia and India were of Ethiopian descent. This conclusion was further substantiated by Herodotus' comments concerning the Eastern Ethiopians.
Here you're looking at the mighty Kemetic, 5th king of the first dynasty, 3050 to 2890 BCE, who moved into the Sinai Peninsula, also into Mesopotamia, and you even hear the nation of Sumeria in his name, Sumeket. And here is the black-headed people, the Nile Valley Africans that moved into that area, that went into that area under Sumeket and established Sumeria. Again, you're looking at the Babylonians, the Immortals, who worship Amun-Ra, who worship the Sphinx, who worship Akkad. And you see that they're black and that they come up out of the Nile. And here we go, and it says, and a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from this it was parted and became unto 4 heads. The name of the first is Pison, that which cometh the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. The gold of that land is good. There is bdellium and the onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon, the same is that cometh the whole land of Ethiopia. The name of the third river, Edekiel, that is which goeth towards the east of Assyria, and the fourth river is Euphrates. So it shows you right there that the African countries took preeminence over Assyria, Mesopotamia. So I don't know what they keep trying to talk about, that Mesopotamia brought anything into Africa. That's bullshit. Again, you're looking at Persepolis, Iran, Mesopotamia. You're looking at their architecture, seeing that their architecture is nothing but a plagiarization of the Nile Valley architecture. Taken straight up out of the Nile Valley. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is a ziggurat. And you can see how they built with mud brick and show you how the rain and dilapidated their architecture. They were never on the level of the Nile Valley Africans. They never built with stone. and the sons of Ham, Cush,
and Mizraim, which is Egypt, Cush, Ethiopia, Punt, which is Somalia, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah. So that right there shows you that Havilah is the son of Cush. And Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babylon, Erech, Akkad, Kemetic, and in the land of Shinar, which is Sumer. So it shows that the Cushites took knowledge in the Mesopotamia. Nimrod, the Cushite, took it into Mesopotamia. He started Babylon. He started Shinar, which is Sumeria. That's the proof. What is he talking about? How the hell you brought anything into Kemetic when it clearly shows that the Africans, the Kemetics, took it into Mesopotamia?
Again, you're looking at artifacts, the so-called Sphinx, which they had taken up out of Egypt. You also see the lotus flower, which is the sacred plant of Upper Egypt, showing that they knew that they came from Upper Nile, up out of the Upper Nile regions of Africa.
Here is the Africans of Babylon, the Ishtar Gate, Nebuchadnezzar the second, 605, 562 BCE. And you can see it ain't nothing but the pylons of an Egyptian temple. That's all it is. You see the two pylons here, you see the opening here, that's the style that it came from. So that backs the fact that Nimrod, being a Cushite, took the knowledge into Mesopotamia. So of course they're going to have similarities. But the African is the oldest. That this is a replica of what was going on in the Nile Valley.
Here again, you're looking at artifacts from Nimrod, Assyria, Babylonia, Sumeria, where they had gotten their knowledge from the Nile Valley Africans. You see the influence in all of their artifacts. Now you're looking at Ishtar, which was nothing but a Mesopotamian form of Aset. And you see that they both have the ring of life in their possession. What you're looking at is Mesopotamian artifacts. Look at the Egyptian influence on Mesopotamia. It was never vice versa. So you see who was the master and who was the student.
So this is why you see what they call the Tower of Babel. It's nothing but a step pyramid. They did very sloppy out there because Mesopotamia does not have stone. Everything they built with mud brick, dry sun bricks. And that's why it fell down like it did. They never had the technology of the Nile Valley Africans. They never built in stone, never. And so when you go, this is right here, is in Persepolis. Persepolis is in Iran. Okay? Go look it up. That's an Egyptian temple. You see armor around there? So that shows you, right here, you got the Cushites of Babylonia. That's right. And you got, right here, Tutankhamun. You see the blue hair on both of them? That's symbolic of being in a connection with the mother, which is new. The sky, a representation of the sky. That's why the hair is blue, symbolic of the great mother. And you can see that connection in them. And there's some lotuses on them walls too. It says right here, under Dedan and Sheba, the Cushites were the first race to settle the country and were joined by the Semites 3 centuries later. The Semite is a term in the Arabic lore meaning foreigners because of their late arrival. Arabia was undoubtedly a part of the African Ethiopic dominion, whose traces abound in every district of the peninsula, especially in the area of astronomy, mathematics, navigation, philosophy, and theology. The great Ethiopian empire had declined and was disunited within centuries before the Semites held any recognized place in Arabia.
Now look at the images of Amun-Ra, the winged sun disk, that the Mesopotamians have taken up out of the Nile Valley and are worshiping. All of these Jesse Jerusalem Muslims and Father Kabbalah, another weak-ass scholar, gonna tell you and me that the knowledge did not come up out of the Nile. You look at the artifacts for yourself and you tell the damn truth. This is Mesopotamia, and it shows us definitely, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that the knowledge moved from up out of the Nile into Mesopotamia, into India, into China, into Phoenicia, into Europe. It is from up out of the Nile Valley that all culture, all civilization moved around the planet Earth.
Okay, now, this is in Elam. Mindi. This is in Elam. This is Iran. Okay? This is the Brotherhood in Iran. And J.A. Rogers hit me to this particular, that they also wore the calf skin. So you can, don't sleep on J.A. Rogers. No. On mostly all the temples, right above the door, a lot of the temples, you'll see the winged sun disk. Okay, this is your caduceus. Okay, now this is right here, is in Babylonia. Okay, to show you that the craft went into Mesopotamia, just like I just told you about Heru went into India, Egypt, Ethiopia, Nubia. Listen, the educational system of the Nile Valley control all civilization that you see on the planet Earth today. There wouldn't be no civilization nowhere else if the Egyptians, Africans, Ethiopians had not come up out of Africa and took it there. Again, this is showing you again the sun disk. So that's why if our people love the sun like that, you know you got some energy. You got some power there. Okay? And so again, this is the sun disk right there in Babylonia. We'll go into it in more depth. And you see the sun disk right there. And so again, this is even better. This is at Persepolis. This is Iran. You can see the winged sun disk up there. Okay? So that's pre-Islam. That's pre-Hebrew. Okay? Now that's a fact. They won't show you that. That preceded Islam over in Iran. Iraq. Tell them to come out with that. Won't do it. Won't do it. Okay? So you can see right there the worship of Ra in Mesopotamia. Get over it. The building is still standing. So if you ever get a chance to go to Iran, you can visit Persepolis. Now look at him. You can see the deviations at this point, because now he riding on the damn sun disk. Okay? See this? This is the Akkad. This represents yesterday. This represents the future. This come out of ancient Egypt. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Okay. Now this is in Babylonia. And again, what it represents, this represents yesterday. And then in Egypt, you'll have the sun disk here. And this represents the future. And the sun representing the present day. Okay? And I'm going to show you here. See the Akkad? See the Akkad? I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. Akkad, God of the horizon. You see the two lions right here. And you see the sun disk. See it right here? They just ain't got, and the sun is above it. Because that sun disk that I show you back here, that's it. Above those two, what you call formats. So it's above that. So that's that right there. God, Akkad, the God of the horizon. Equal, Akkad, equal, equator. See the equator? This hottest at the equator. Okay? And so that's Akkad. That's the Egyptian representation. Yesterday, your history. Today, what we doing right now. And the future. What we gonna do with this information when we get up out of here. This one right here is in Persepolis, Elam, Iran, modern day Iran. Abraham, father of Hebrewism, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, was born in Ur Chaldea, a stronghold of the Ethiopian warrior King Nimrod, son of Cush. Now I can tell you right now, and I'm gonna hit hard. I'm gonna hit hard. Because a lot of people, and not just one person, a whole lot of people, especially with Islamic background, they tend, and even also Hebrewism, they tend to look at Nimrod as an evil king. And the reason why they look at him as an evil king. In the scriptures, it says that his father was Ethiopia. Okay? That is the reason, because it validates that Ethiopia brought civilization into Mesopotamia. That shoot your whole damn religion down. Because you saying it was vice versa. Okay? You saying it was vice versa. And so Nimrod is an enigma in these three religions. Okay. Now this is in Persepolis. Some of you might have thought you was in Egypt. But this is Persepolis. And so you see what you call the Egyptian doorway in Persepolis. This is Iran. This is an Egyptian temple in Iran. Okay? Fact, still standing. Okay? 550 to 330 BCE, when Persepolis was vibrant, a living civilization. Persepolis. Looking again at the Egyptian architects that went into Mesopotamia, went into Iran, went into India, went into China, went into Australia in the South Pacific, came to the Americas, took African civilization all over the planet, and this is the actual fact. Now, look at this, family. What does it look? This is in the museum. Do you hear me, brother? In Iran. This is in their national museum. This is the first flag of Iran. Okay, so if you go to that museum, you can find that, and you just say, I'm looking for number 2436. Damn it, what is it? You know what it is? You know what it is? You know what it is? Nah, that preceded Islam, family. Okay? That preceded Hebrewism, family. So that shows you that Haru was even worshipped in Iran, Mesopotamia, Iraq. Okay, this is Persepolis again. You see that? That's Haru. That's the falcon, family. They call it a griffin, whatever you want to call it. You know, that's their taker, or what it is. That's Haru. That's Haru in Mesopotamia. Now, this is Cyrus. Cyrus the second, king of Persia, 600 BCE, 530 BC. This is Tutankhamun, 1341 BC, 1323 BC. Damn near lived almost 1,000 years before this man. You see the Egyptian headdress? You can see the serpents. You can see right there the Ethiopian ostrich feather. You can see, now I see 1, 2, 3, 6 suns here, but it's a difference over here. You got 1, 2, 3, and so you go with this one. Don't ever go with no shit like this, because you know it's plagiarized. Okay? Now, I got this king, Perzaz the first. I blew this up so you can actually see this headdress on his head. You see the moon, you see the sun. This is Tahuti. This is Tahuti right there. The moon, because Tahuti is a moon deity. He's a moon deity. If you look him up, he's a moon deity. But he's also, all of the nanas are in connection with Ra. They're in all connection with, and so you see right there where they took that. Now we can easily show the African influence on Western Asia. I'm showing you. These is artifacts that's in their museums. This is no drawings. We don't need drawings. We got the actual facts. Now you tell me what the hell is this? Okay. This is Xerxes. This is the king that they had on 300. Okay, that's why they couldn't deny he was a brother, but he wasn't bald-headed. See, they took that woolly out his head. But you see what's in his hand? I know the god, no? The lotus. The lotus. Look at the god. There it is. There it is, right there. That's Egyptian papyrus right there, family. That shows you that the craft ran everything. Everything on the planet still running, because they still taking nothing but bits and pieces of the elements to prop up what they got today. They propping them other religions up with the Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? Every one of their prophets, they have to say, came into Egypt. Abraham came into Egypt. Jesus came into Egypt. Muhammad went to Ethiopia. You see the Apis bull right here? This is in Mesopotamia. This is the Apis bull, which is sacred to Asar in Egypt. You can see where the deities passed from Africa into Asia. Asia is a child of Egypt and the Nile and Ethiopia. When I speak of Egypt, I automatically speak of Ethiopia. It's one culture. It's one civilization, the Nile Valley. Now, another thing was Nimrod. See, most of the, if you go into the Islamic, Christian, Judean background, they want to make Nimrod an evil individual. And you know why? Because it says that he conquered Mesopotamia and his father was Cush. That's the only reason why they do it. Okay then, let's go in here. It says, in the name of the third river, Padikiel, that is which goeth toward the east of Assyria, and the fourth is Euphrates. And see, this is what you got to see. I got this out of Micah 5:6. It says, and they went, and they shall waste the land of Assyria with the sword, and the land of Nimrod, the Ethiopian, and the entrances thereof. So what I'm saying is right there, all of that shit, Assyria, that's Ethiopia. The Ethiopians started that. And so I brought that out because a lot of people was trying to say that the Arab, the ancient Arab, black Arab that was in Mesopotamia, but these are Kemetics. This is according to the Bible. Yeah. Now you know it's bullshit, but we got to use their shit against them, okay? We're using it against them. If the Ethiopians was in the land before the Arab. What the fuck is an Arab? And that's what our Mesopotamian brother sitting on the square. It shows you that it went all over the world, family. But it come up out of Africa. Yeah, we was all over the world. But we indigenous to Africa. Because you first somewhere don't mean you original to that place. Okay? Now, see that brother down there on the square? He's kneeling on the square. See the brother right there kneeling on the square? You see the 90 right there? This is where the Africans took it into Mesopotamia. The Mesopotamian Cushites. That's a brotherhood. No, got that there it is. You can see it right there. The Nile Valley Africans took that knowledge over there in the Mesopotamia.
It's showtime! Hurry, hurry, step right up! Introducing the star of our show. His name is
Elamite.
It shows that the Nile Valley Africans have went to the extremes of Asia and took knowledge. The Africans went all over the world taking this damn knowledge.
Again, you're looking at the Babylonians, the Immortals, and you see that they're black and that they come up out of the Nile. Here is the black-headed people, the Nile Valley Africans that moved into that area, that went into that area and established Sumeria. Again, you're looking at the Babylonians, the Immortals, and you see that they're black and that they come up out of the Nile. The Nile Valley Africans that moved into that area, that went into that area and established Sumeria.
Hurry, hurry, step right up! Introducing the star of our show. His name is
Elamite.
Ben yeke arora sigu tu turgne igo kodune me turkan igom dune igo ala ke dune ey baba tamam igo ala ke dune buda wasat galla yato kara khub khoge bara yoro ko kari wagu ke bere igo uso igo tumal kal kodine igo ko fami igo wasat galla basakh bore la